excited because I am in Cary, North Carolina with Imery Nicole of Pyvot Salon.
Hey!
Yes. So let's just get right into it, Imery. So first, tell the people about yourself. Like, who are you? What is Pyvot Salon? All that good stuff.
Okay, so my name is Imery Nicole Dunn. Some of you all may know me as Imery Nicole on some platforms. I'm originally from Newport News, Virginia, but I currently reside in Raleigh, North Carolina.
That's like literally up the street. It's the same thing.
Yes.
Okay, so what is Pyvot Salon?
Pyvot Salon is now the rebrand of Imery Nicole Hair Studios. Pyvot Salon was actually birthed while I was working at Imery Nicole Hair Studios in the midst of a transition. I just think this is a refresh for us, a good way to start over, replant, refocus, be more present for the consumer and client.
Okay, nice. Now, tell me, how did you get started in the hair industry? Like, how did you know this is the industry for me?
So, it started when I attended North Carolina Central University. Yes. I started at Central in 2009.
Okay.
So, in that time, I started braiding. So, I would braid on myself. I would braid on students. It was like a side hustle to make some money. I was also working like 2 other jobs. I was working on campus and in retail. So it wasn't until my last year at Central from, studying criminal justice, I was doing hair, that I decided I think I want to pursue hair full time. So I decided to go to hair school. Interning with Raleigh PD was like not for me. I saw another side. I was like, this is too... I think it was like too traumatizing in a sense for me to take on. So yeah, I took a leap of faith and applied to hair school.
Nice. Like that's criminal to hair. That's totally different.
Yes.
Totally different. But I'm glad that you found your passion.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Okay. So how were the first 3 years of your career in the beauty industry?
The first 3 years. The first year I would say was the most fun I had.
Okay.
In brief, though, I would say like this was a cram course on how to become an adult.
Okay.
Because in the first year, I made the most amount of money I've ever seen outside of a refund check.
Okay.
So in that time, like all I was doing was working. I had other outlets, but hair was fun. Hair was fresh. I was fresh out of school, so it was times I was working anywhere from 5 to 7 days a week. Okay. Doing 12 hours in the salon. The only thing I wish I would have had was someone in my ear to maybe help me with finances, because with that amount of money, excuse me, with that amount of money, I was spending. Bills were being paid, but nothing was put aside for taxes or just a rainy day.
Gotcha. So I guess your biggest takeaway from the first 3 years is learning how to save, put away something.
Yes.
Okay. So what made you want to have your own salon?
So in the first few years of working in the salon, I recognized what is working and what isn't. And it started also in hair school. I always thought I would like to own my own salon. The idea of owning something of my own, cultivating a culture, I loved it. And also in that time, with the first few years, I noticed that some stylists were professional and prompt, some weren't. There were times where people's clients were sitting and waiting. They'll be there waiting for an hour.
That's why I hate going to salon sometimes. I understand.
Yes. Or in the middle of getting their hair done, stylist stop, go do something else. So I was like,
go eat.
Yeah, they go eat. That's the point I was going to make. They go eat. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I could create my own salon and kind of rewrite the narrative of what a black salon is supposed to be, that was the goal. And also, I hadn't seen any salons that were owned by black women that were ran effectively, professional, as well as diverse.
Gotcha. Nice. So you would say your clientele base is very diverse. It's not just one type of hair.
Well, for me, it's one array of clients. Gotcha. But when I did have Imery Nicole Hair Studios, we had a Japanese stylist, and she had several different races of people in there.
Got it. Nice. So you've been exposed to all hair types.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so what did you learn in your years of ownership, and what made you want to change directions?
Okay, so in my years of ownership, I learned more about me than anything else. Imery Nicole Hair Studios was once an idea. It was on paper. It was written down, had a vision book, everything. But when paper idea turned physical, it's like night and day. So I'm faced with a whole different set of emotions and pressure that I didn't even think about when I was writing these things down.
Gotcha.
Little things as healthy communication with your staff, like even if you recognize something needs to be corrected, the tone that you bring that to people,
Right.
recognizing that I control the atmosphere and the vibe in the salon, so I have to be on, coming to work, I have to empty my stuff at the door, deal with staff, coaching people, and then the biggest thing that I think most creatives don't recognize until they're in leadership role is turning off creative and becoming manager. So imagine a day, you doing somebody's hair, you in the zone, and then you got to put out a fire with staff at work. So now you have to shift gears. So it's a set of skills I had to hone in on, and after doing it again and again, I got better. So,
Gotcha. So how do you switch gears? Like, how do you say, okay, I need to be a creative right now, and I need to be boss lady right now?
I feel like it's a balancing act. So I learned how to be able to kind of multitask with skills in a sense.
Okay.
So let's say hypothetically, I'm doing a service on a client. There were several times the staff would have to call me to the front to either put out a fire between something on the booking software and how to resolve that, or working and doing hair and then having to switch gears and answer the phone and sound professional, as opposed to just 10 seconds ago I was laid back shooting a vibe with my client.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Nice. When did you realize you were really, really ready for this change?
Okay. So it kind of snowballed a little bit.
Okay.
So in a year and a half, we had switched gears in the salon. The first portion of the business started off as booth rent.
Okay.
So then we decided to change up a few things. Just because the way that I wanted us to run a salon, booth rent wasn't the best option. I wanted a team-based community at the shop.
Okay.
So things like dress code, culture, how you deal with clients, all of that, commission was the best bet. But in the time that we chose commission, I also got pregnant. So there are two different changes. My hormones are everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm working, and as we're getting this staff, like, what you learn with the first one, if it's working, you keep it. If it doesn't, you change it as the staff grows. So it got to the point to where I was so business-minded and so focused on the foundation of the business that it wasn't fun anymore. I was beginning to feel drained. Going to work felt like a chore. It was like, let me hurry up and do this and do this and do that so I can get home. Like, every day it felt like that. And I was like, why am I feeling like this? Like, I didn't feel like this when I started out. So, naturally you start to think about things. Well, what if I did this differently? So I was in that phase where we tried different things with the business, and I still felt the same way. So my husband and I had a conversation. We figured out what was working, what wasn't working. And, things change. Like, your why changes. And businesses pivot and change all the time. So I had to be okay with myself with putting this down. And, what I thought was my dream salon is like, are you okay with putting this away and kind of trying something different, something that'll reset for you? So,
Do you think you were idolizing the salon at one point?
I do a little bit, because you're in a space to where, this is your first business. Like, I was in a nice area on 9th Street. And I also prided myself on the fact that I was, like, the only Black-owned business on the block. So it's just like, I have this building that I'm literally going to, unlocking the door, and it's mine. And what does downsizing look like? What does it look like going to a salon suite? Dang, what are your clients going to say? Like, all these things were going through my mind. I go through regular emotions like the next person. But I knew there was more in me. Like, I'm the brand. I represent that. And my husband had to keep instilling that in me. So changes are uncomfortable. Changes are tough. But I have a set of morals that I hold myself accountable to.
Yeah, so, gotcha. That's great. That's great.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so what is we already know the new name. It's Pivot.
Yes,
right?
Pivot.
So what came about this name? Like, why Pivot?
So, of course, we know, like, throughout our conversation, I reference businesses pivot all the time. I was working at the salon, and I was with a client. So I'm thinking about, we're changing, we're going through a shift. And then I'm like, do you want to change the name? And I'm like, yeah, I think I would change the name. So Pivot came like bright as day. And what also helped me understand that, or reinforce that point, was I was reading a book by this guy named Brian. He owns a salon in Briar Creek.
Okay.
And he was referencing when it came time for him to name his salon, he wanted the brand to stand alone. He didn't want it to be such and such hair studios or so-and-so hair. So if a business ever got to the point to where they wanted to sell, it was easy to sell because the buyer knew that it had nothing to do with the owner.
Gotcha.
And I kind of like, Imery Nicole Hair Studios was a lot of words in my mouth at one time.
Yeah.
The website name was long. And I just wanted simplicity. I wanted something easy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Pyvot in itself can kind of hold its own name and its own representation.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right. So, what is your focus with Pyvot?
So, Pyvot is here as the safe place for the Black female consumer.
Okay.
I feel that the Black female client has been abandoned in the sense of the hair care industry.
Okay.
I feel as though a lot of stylists feel like the client should meet the stylist where they are, not recognizing you have a customer who's coming to you with a whole host of issues and needing your help.
Yes.
This is the place to where you can feel confident in your insecurities. I don't know what to do with my hair. What do you suggest? Oh, I'm running a little late for my appointment. It's okay. We've set aside proper booking time for you. All of those things. There'll also be more educational content on the page. We had that with Imery Nicole Hair Studios, but not at the magnitude of which I wanted. We'll probably get back to doing a few more things with live and educational videos and stuff like that.
And why is education so important in the hair community, especially for the Black hair community?
Because we know that the Black female client, whether they're in your chair or they're on YouTube, they're trying to figure out what they can put on their hair, why they use our hair, everything from clay masks to God knows what, the whole kitchen cabinet in their hair. And some of them don't even know why they're doing it. They're just doing it because
they saw the next person.
Right. Yep. So my thing is, you need to know the structure of the cuticle. I mean, I'm going to take you to school a little bit with me so you can understand why I'm referencing the things that I'm referencing, so you can take these things home and maintain your hair, so your next visit, we're not working backwards, but moving forward to your hair.
Yeah, like, for me, like, you know, we spoke before the interview, I've moved to different areas, and it's just been hard trying to find someone that's, like, really my beautician, my go-to person. I finally found one, and it's just like, okay, I'm taking a chance on you. So, so I definitely understand the education part, because when you go home, too, and what products to use.
And it's needed. Like, think about when you go to the doctor or you go to the dentist, they're educating you on why you have cavities, why you're dealing with these heart conditions and things like that. So I don't feel it's fair for someone to spend their money and only to take what you're saying with no knowledge as to why they need to do that.
Right. Totally agree. What are you looking to achieve with Pyvot, and what should people expect from the rebrand?
So with what I'm looking to achieve with Pyvot is to kind of strengthen my weaknesses.
Okay.
There were certain things with Imery Nicole Hair Studios that I had ideas for, but I didn't fully execute because I was trying to manage several other things.
Gotcha.
Of course, we mentioned like more consistency on social media. I feel like seeing my face and hearing my voice or more intricate videos will convey to the online viewer more of the brand story and who we are and things like that.
Nice. All right, so where do you see Pyvot Salon brand in 5 years?
In 5 years, I feel that we'll have a healthy social media following.
Okay.
We'll also have more presence in the local beauty schools, so we'll be going to speak to the younger hair care professionals on how they should set themselves up coming out of school. Ebooks online, how to market yourself and things on social media.
Nice.
Business consulting for salon owners or business professionals and things of that nature. So yes.
All right. So social media. Listen, it is flooded with every name pertaining beauty, hair care, and all this great stuff. So how will Pyvot Salon stand out from that?
So we know that it's oversaturated. We have people doing lashes, wigs, makeup, etc. But with that, I felt like it was easier to decipher what's working and what's not working. Like, you know, the period where we saw the memes where people was like, I'm sitting in a dryer, my stylist done left me. It was like that little picture thing. And I was just like, even though we're laughing about this is stuff that's really going on. And I don't think, like, hair care professionals really understand that if they just fine-tune, like, their customer service skills, that they really could have a great business. That could be the Chick-fil-A, you know?
Really be Chick-fil-A. It really could, though.
Right. So with that, I just knew, like, immaculate customer service, being present, servicing people on time, smiling, letting the customer know that they're comfortable if it's their first time, because I've experienced that, going to someone new for the first time, you have a host of so many different questions, and it's like, I don't know. So think about yourself from that customer standpoint.
Nice. All right. So what advice do you have for hairstylists ready to evolve their brand, or anyone that's ready to rebrand their business?
The first question I would say is they need to know their why.
Okay.
Why are you doing this business? For someone who is looking to get in a business or do hair to just make money, their path and the things that they are going to do will look completely different from me, someone who's intentional about a service or a customer experience and having a relationship.
Right.
For myself, I knew that with this rebrand, I had to have something hold me accountable, so that's why we have our 3 morals: relationship, service, love.
Nice.
And now that I'm in this suite, even though it's still the beginning, like with each client, I ask myself, because we have bad days sometimes, and I'm just like, are you honoring your 3 morals? Relationship, service, love. And another thing with a rebrand, you have to be honest with yourself. Like, if you recognize you do need the rebrand, let's focus on holding yourself accountable to work better on the things that need more focus on.
Right.
I would say for me, because we do a good amount of videos, even on my personal page, I felt that I was always honest and transparent, and I felt like that honesty needed to be consistent even through this little hiccup here.
Right.
Well, I wouldn't even say a hiccup, but it's just the part that people don't get to. There you go. A reshift.
Yes.
It's the part that people don't get to see, like Apple, Amazon, Google. They've all experienced these things. Businesses change. And I wanted to have this level of authenticity. I feel like people want to gravitate towards something that's real. So I was like, they've been following me this long. Follow me through my journey. Grow with me.
Yeah. And you never know your journey could help someone else.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
Yeah. Well, this has been an awesome interview. Thank you so much for the insight about Pyvot Salon.
No problem. Thank you for interviewing me.
No problem. Well, that's all, folks.